And so we've reached the final topic of the day, Booleans. So what about Booleans? Booleans are a variable which is either true or false. They have two states or two constant values, a true or a false. So if you actually type and check type true and type false, they're both going to be classified as class Boolean. Now, Boolean work together with these comparison operators. So, meaning that expressions with comparison operators, like x is greater than 10, will evaluate to true or to false. For example, x is greater than 10, x is less than 10, less equals to. So this is a check for equality, like x double equals 10 isn't an assignment. X equals 10 means there's 10 assigned to x. X double equals 10 checks if x is 10. That returns true or false. Not equals to is very much the same thing. Is and is not, well, object identity, you can check if something is a list or is a dictionary. You can check the type of objects. In actually checks set or tuple or pretty much any other iterable. Last, we've got logical operators. So these are probably the most human-like programming terms. You can think of sentences like I'll have juice or water if there isn't any juice. Now it has to be sharpened and polished for the chef to use it. I am not tired, therefore I will stay awake. So these expressions also evaluate to basically true or false. Not x returns false if x is true, else false. X and y returns x if x is false, else returns y. X or y returns y if x is false, else returns x. So with no further ado, let's have a look at what this looks like in a program. So this is our final program for the lesson. And in here, we're going to try to take Booleans and make some logical decisions based on those. So I'm going to try to think of like a real life situation. So basically weather-based. So I'm going to have a couple of Booleans. I'll set them all to true at the start, and then I'll change them to false and see how well the program works. So I'm going to create like raining, and that can be, since that's a Boolean, I'll set them all to true. So raining, true, day, time, we'll set that to true. So next we can go hot. I guess, let's be specific, hot outside, and that can be true. Cool. So now we've got a set of Booleans, and now I can think of some ways to make decisions with them. Now, this is going to have to include if statements. We haven't covered if statements yet, but we're going to cover them in the very next lesson. So that's going to be in our very near future. So for now, I'm sure if you haven't seen them, you'll be able to follow this because it makes logical sense. So let's try to make a sentence that's based on making a decision on raining, daytime, and hot outside. So let's think of, okay, if not raining, so like what would be if it's nice outside? If not raining and not hot outside and daytime. So that would be like a nice day. So we can do like this. If daytime, I can actually say here double equals to true. But I can literally say if daytime and not raining and not hot outside. So this constitutes a nice day. Print, it's a nice day. Let's go out. It's a nice day. Let's go out. So what if it's like not a nice day? So I guess if it would be hot outside or raining. If raining or hot outside, print let's stay in. And see, there's another one that I just thought of that we might have to do some adjustments for if raining and hot outside. Print. Let's dance in the rain. So at the moment it'll be raining and hot outside, but I think both of these conditions are going to be true. So I'm going to have to think of some way. Oops, I'm running the wrong program. I'm going to have to run this one. Yeah, let's stay in and let's dance in the rain. So the way you can make this, if it's only raining, so if it's like raining and not hot outside, and not hot outside, or not raining and hot outside. So let's see if this works. Yay, so it's hot. Now, with Booleans, you can basically reverse any of them by saying equals to not. So for example, raining equals to not raining. So right now, the condition of raining is false, so it's just hot outside, so we're going to stay in. And so you can basically change maybe hot outside to false. Nonetheless, I believe the decision is going to be the same. So it's not hot outside, and it's not raining, and it's daytime, so it's a nice day, we'll go out. So I think this pretty well demonstrates the sort of Boolean logic in the most pseudo-code-like Python code. This is almost plain English language. And I think it's a nice light note to end this lesson on. All right, that's all. See you in the next lesson.